All right, here are your answers for day one warm-ups. Number one was an addition problem. So we are just going to go and add 8 plus 5. You're going to get 13. Because you have digits to the left, you need to carry your 1. 6 plus 3, that's 7, 8, 9 plus 1 gives you 10. You cannot write 10 because, again, you have digits to the left, so you're going to carry 1 again. 5 plus 2 is 7, and 7 plus the 1 makes 8. So your answer to number 1 is 803. So you can go back at this time and fix your handwritten notes if you have them at home. You don't need to fix it in your score sheet because it's okay. You're going to get full credit as long as you tried all 8 problems. Number 2 is the subtraction problem. 8 minus 5. So 8, take away 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. I use touch points. 9 minus 3. So again, if speaking of touch points, if you were to think 3 dots on here, and you take away those 3 dots, starting with the 9, 9, 8, 7, and 6, your answer for number 2 is 63. Number 3. Now, I do realize you have computers and you could use online or you can use the calculator, but for warm-ups, I want you to just use your math skills that are in your head. So 4 times 4, if you know it, should be, Allie, 16. Now, if you need to use a multiplication table in the classroom, they're up here and there's one behind the door, and that's okay to look at from time to time. For those of you online, there is a multiplication chart in your tools folder, but please, for the sake of warm-ups, we're just trying to do our best and going from there, okay? Number 4, 16 times 4, so you want to do each of the top numbers times the bottom number. 6 times 4, Allie? 24, and again, just like addition, you cannot put the 2 down with it because you still have digits to the left, so we're going to carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So your answer for number 4 is 64. And again, if this is where you need to fix something, take time, erase, fix it, so that tomorrow you have a better chance of making it. Okay, number 5 and 6 are pretty similar. And so it says in number 5, find the place value of the underlying digit. Well, you need to know what place the number's in. Every number has a decimal. Good. So 6 is in the ones, 8 is in the tens, and 5 is in the hundreds. And again, for those of you that are online, that is in your tools folder. So if 5 is in the hundreds place and it's asking for place value, you would just simply tell me that it is hundreds. And I really do apologize for the sloppiness of this. It's just very hard to write using a cursor on a computer screen. So 5 is in the hundreds. It's worth 500, but it has a place value of hundreds. And again, for those of you in class, you guys can look up at those place values charts or use the ones online anytime. Number 6, round to the nearest hundred. Again, every number has a decimal. I got 3 people. I know, that was pretty good. Okay. 3 is in the ones. 5 is in the tens. And again, the question is, which number's in the hundreds? 2. Okay. This question does not ask for a place value. It asks for you to round. Okay. And as long as we found the place, we underline it. And then what we're going to do, or at least what I tell my students to do, is to find the neighbor. The neighbor is always going to be to the right of the underlined number. So in this case, it is the 5. Your rules work like this. If the neighbor, and I'm going to put my arrow, that's the neighbor. If it's 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, so if it's 0 through 4, the underlying number stays the same. Okay, that's what the S stands for, stays the same. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, so if it's 5 through 9, you're going to add 1 to the underlying number. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The neighbor's a 5. Are you going to keep it the same, or are you going to add 1 to the underlying number? Allie? You're going to add 1. Not to the 5, to the underlying number. That's why you have an underline here. So put a 1 above the 2. What's 2 plus 1? Now, here comes the last of the rules. All the digits to the right of the underline become 0. So the 5 becomes a 0, and the 3 becomes a 0. You do need to go back to the numbers to the left. They will stay the same. So rounding 78,253 on a number line, that number is closer to 300 than it is closer to 200 when you round. Okay? Now, if you got this today, great. You're going to get a problem similar to this tomorrow. So on Wednesday. So you'll just keep practicing and practicing. But this is a very important rule to remember. Okay, now, a lot of people in class struggled with number 7, so if you're online, you probably struggled with number 7 as well. Here, this is what I teach kids with number 7. We're going to call this Halloween candy. Halloween candy. So pretend you're all trick-or-treating, right, when you were kids or younger, or maybe you still do now, I don't know. But you go out house to house with your little baggie and your costume and all that good stuff, and you get candy, right? Tyler, what's the first thing you do with that candy once you get home? Yeah, you dump it out to check it, right? That's what everybody does. Lucy's like, yeah, okay. So, how many actually start sorting it out to piles? All the Tootsie Rolls over here, all the suckers here, all the Milky Ways here. Nobody does that? Okay. So this is what we're doing in number 7. We're going to separate the Halloween candy. 2x is very similar to 3x. It's the same thing. It's like having a Milky Way and a Milky Way. Okay? The numbers can be different. However, the variable, which is the letters, they are the same. So we can go ahead and add those. What's 2 plus 3? 5. And you're going to keep the x the same. Okay? Now I'm done here, and I'm done here. And I'm going to bring down my minus 5y plus 10. Now, if this was a Milky Way, if the 5x was a Milky Way, can the 5y be considered a Milky Way? No, because it has a different variable. It's y, not an x. That could be a sucker or gum. So we cannot combine that with the Milky Way. So Milky Way stays the same. We'll call this gum, and the 5y, it will stay the same. Now look at the 10. Does the 10 look similar to the 5y or the 5x? I got a bunch of head shaking no over here, and you're correct. It is not the same. There are no variables or letters attached to it. So if it had an x, you could combine it with the 5. If it had a y, you could combine it with this 5, but you cannot do either. So in this case, guess what? Your answer is that. Now, was that as difficult as you think? So Wednesday, the next time you get warm-ups and you get a similar problem, remember Halloween candy. Okay, the last one, number 8. It says perimeter. P is the perimeter, and the formula for this is to take the length plus the length plus the width plus, oops, I should put a W in there, plus W plus W. Okay? So we're looking at our figure. This 10 inches could be an L. This 10 inches could be an L. This 5 inches is a W. And notice down here, you don't have a number, but you still need to understand that there is a number down there. You're going to have to put it in there. All right. And perimeter means to go all the way around. So we need to add up all the sides length, just like this. So let's start with this 10. What's 10 plus 5? 15. What's 15 plus 10? 25. And 25 plus 5. Ladies and gentlemen, your answer for number 8 should be 30, and you should have IN, which is inches. Make sure you have that label, okay? All right, that is your warm-ups. And you'll have these again on Wednesday, and we'll go from there.